Hey y'all. So, I really wanted to just share a little bit about what is best for all and what that means to myself and to many other people that I would call lifelong friends, as well as my partner. So, I am extremely grateful to be a part of a community where we all are living out principles every single day of our life. So this is not just we all go to the same church and we all worship the same pastor and we robotically pray and read the same things. There is a lot of diversity within the community, within my friend group, and those of you who come to the meetups and have been invited to the private clubhouses that we do and things like that. You can attest for what you see and what we're doing. So the biggest reason why I'm sharing this is because doing what's best for all is not easy. It's not something that at this current moment in the state of the world, not just Minnesota, not just the US, of our world, there are a lot of people who can handle taking this on, but definitely not a ton or a large percentage of the world who can take this on right now. So that being said, we are here to continue to share what we're doing, to share how we are going through our process using TechnoTutor, to let people know how we entered into the partnerships that we're in. And when I say we, I'm speaking on behalf of other couples who have gotten into relationships like Seth and I. And they are getting into that relationship based off of principles. And they are making agreements together. So this is something that I have never done with literally anyone. Like I'm thinking, because I'm like, maybe add a contract. No. So it's literally a document that we wrote out together, and we're sharing our agreements as partners in life, in our relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. And we do that because it eliminates any of the he said this, she said this, so now we're going to argue. Or now we're having miscommunication around something. As well as it helps create trust, or build trust, and have a truly stable foundation before anything else gets started. And we do the same things. Like many of you have seen us together. We do many of the same things that y'all are doing in your marriages, your relationships, your partnerships, whatever. I don't want to go too far into that, but we're doing the same things. We're just doing it based off of principles and truly doing what's best for all. So when we are choosing food at the grocery store, we're really looking beyond just, okay, what's best for Seth and I and everyone else in the house and whatever for us to consume. We're looking at, okay, conceiving babies, what is that going to look like? What kind of foods need to be ate? What is going to be then passed on to the baby when you do conceive, right? Like, there's more to it than just making this choice. I'm going to get McDonald's and I just need a quick fix and that's it. So that's just one piece, right? That's looking at our body and wellness and health and well-being and all that. Then when we're making decisions as far as other things, we're always checking in and making those decisions together, right? And I never had that before. Like, even when I was a kid, I would go to a parent or a trusted adult and say, I'm really trying to work through this and make this decision. Like, can you help me out? And 99% of the time, they're just telling you what to do. They're not showing you, they're not sharing, they're not educating, they're just telling. And many of you who know how that feels, you just get used to it, I guess, because you're a kid. And when I was a kid, I wasn't empowered to be equal to my parents or to anyone else. I had to build confidence and do all these things that puts me in this position even right now to be on this camera and to do this video and to be extremely confident and just sitting here talking and sharing my story. So you look at all of these things, which are patterns and programming that we got passed down from generations of our parents and our grandparents. And those things are inside of us. So as much as you go to the counselor and you pray and you put out some motivational quotes and you manifest things and you do yoga and you imprint stuff into your notebook and you stare at it for 5 hours a day, like, that's not getting to your unconscious mind. And it's also not taking out any of that other negative programming. So, like, you have to realize what is inside of your mind, and that for you to really want to do what's best for all, you have to realize the systems that are in place and participate in some of them and still do what's best in that moment while you're participating in the system. Like owning a house, you still have to pay a mortgage, right? You're paying taxes, you're participating in the system. But doing what's best each time you're participating in the system until we create a new system, which is truly going to be what's best for all. Because the systems right now for homelessness, for food, education, many other things, it is not set up to be equal, and it is not best for all. It's not even best for some of the people that you think that it's created for. Because the way the system is structured, really the elite, which are the people in the 1%, are the people profiting. Other people might profit here and there, but how many people are truly profiting for generations and passing it down? It's mainly the elite. It's mainly the 1%. So, long story short, because now we're at like almost 10 minutes. I really want you to think about what you're doing in this world to make an impact and to change the world. And be open to looking at, is what you're doing really best for all? Is it changing the system? Is it bettering the system? Is it just butting heads with the system? Like, how are you taking part in the systems around you? And what can you do to then reach out to me and to others and come to our meetups and things like that, to be able to sit down and truly be in person and have conversations openly about just hearing our story, like hearing my story of like where I came from with helping the homeless, educating kids, being a nanny, being a professional educator and tutoring, elite families and just doing all this great work. And then at the end of the day, realizing that what I'm doing and what I was doing was not best for all. It was really not. It wasn't best for me. It wasn't best for the person I was with at the time. It was not best for the people I was serving. And I can explain more about that point of view that I have come to now, because it's really eye-opening, and it's something that I couldn't see before and I can see now. And that is something that I would love to share and have a conversation with many of you around, because so many of you on my page are people that I would network with, and I've helped you buy a house, or I've helped you get into a building, or you've been a family that I've helped raise your kids. I've nannied for your kids. I've tutored your kids. I've taken care of kids and gone on trips with them and done many, 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 many things beyond that. Business relationships, business partnerships. So please consider what you're doing and think about, is it really best? And if you want to know more about what that means to me, I would love to share that with you. As well as if you just want to reach out and DM me or give me a call or meet up for lunch, I would love to do so, because the more and more conversations that are going on like this, the more we're adding to the diversity of the groups that we have, and the more we are truly going to change the world, impact the systems, and create a new world that is truly best for all. And the only way we can do that is by working together, building enough money, having political power, raising kids in very healthy wombs with the women, and having a support system around each and every one of us as we go through that process, because you cannot change the world alone.